banned. Your ass, you be banned, goddamn it. Here we go. We black at it again. That's right. Today we got to go back up now. We got to, but I can get you back down. You feel me? Some niggas take you up. You can't get back down. Y'all just stay up. Y'all just float on. Yeah, float on. Yeah, y'all just float on. Can't get you back down. So you got to, we got to have a balance in this now. We got to make it work. We got to make it work. We got to get back on down. And so we talking about the alien. Now let's talk about this now. Cause I mean, all of this is esoterical. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it work for you because people keep talking about this alien and don't even break down the word. You know what I'm saying? Now let me tell you what the word is. Let me tell you what the word is. Okay. Let me break it down for you. Let me put it in here. And when you talk about alien, and I'm gonna tell you what it is, because it's all dealing with the solar mythos. Mythos. You feel what I'm saying? The melanin solar mythos. Ain't nothing outside of that. You see? Unless it's fantasy, but when you talking reality, ain't nothing outside the solar melanin mythos. You see, chaos and light. It ain't no goddamn light outside the sun. If the sun wasn't there, you wouldn't have no goddamn light. You see, so I don't want nobody to be talking about no light out. That's synthetic shit. You see, when they get to talking, that mean they not a primordial and they not in alignment with the sun. And you got a lot of synthetic occult organizations out here and which do not deal with the solar energy of creation. They don't deal. They have to deal with some off-brand shit. That don't involve. That's what this world is made of. Synthetic shit, nah. So when even the goddamn food synthetic. They shaking babies up in a goddamn Miracle Whip jar today. That's what they doing. So everything is synthetic. You got to understand that's the same way. Now, let me get this word in here so y'all can see. Let me get this word in here so we can break this shit. Break it down like it need to be broke down. Matter of fact, I already think I already got it in here. I very well may have. I do. It's right here. Good. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is let me transport this over here and let's go to work. Let's go to work. Okay. So y'all can see what this word is. What's the root of this word? And I got some, I've been telling you about some things that I'm gonna black up. I got some, some references I want to put in here. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna bring clarity because a lot of people, it's necessary to drop the references anyway. That just shut motherfuckers up real quick. You know what I'm saying? So we can have clarity on the things that we saying. Okay, here we go. Let me get it in here. Let me get it in here. Okay. Share. Share. Here we go. Bingo. Say it can't access my screen. I wonder why is that. Yeah, this thing been tripping. Browser can't access. Yeah, they trying to, I'm gonna have to do something. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. What I'm gonna do, here's what I'm gonna do. They ain't gonna play with me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find another way to get it in there. It ain't no problem. Hold up, family. I'm gonna just turn it into a PDF and I'll get it in there that way. So what we talking about, I'll go ahead and drop it. So now the word is Elion. Okay, Elion. Alien. You see? Alien. Okay, and what does Elion mean? It means the most high. But see, people think that is Hebrew. It has nothing to do with Hebrew. Okay, that's Canaanite. That's Phoenician. That ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn Hebrew. And I'm sick of people always talking there ain't no goddamn language on the planet called Hebrew. I'm sick of that shit. You can go in the Bible and it refers to the language as the language of Canaan. Okay? The language of Canaan. They didn't have no goddamn language. When they came out of Egypt, and we speaking biblically, when they came out of Egypt, they were speaking Egyptian. Wasn't no goddamn Hebrew. Okay? Moses was learned in all the wisdoms of the Egyptian. He never knew no damn Hebrew or no Canaanite. He didn't even know Canaanite because Moses never went into the land of Canaan. He was denied entrance into Canaan. Moses died out in the damn desert. So the only language he ever knew was the ancient Egyptian. Okay, so let that be known. Okay, so when you talk about Elion, and I'm gonna get it in here, I think it's in there, but let me see. When you talk about Elion, the on, which is necessary, and that's why I had they think, oh, here it is. Let me go and make a PDF out of this. Let me make a PDF out of this. Let me make a PDF out of it so I can get it in. I got so much shit on my goddamn computer. This motherfucker don't want to act right. Okay, let me export it into a PDF so y'all can see this. Bingo. Okay, there it is, right there. I should have shut my computer down before I got on here, but that's all right. Okay, here we go. Let me flip it and get it in here. A lot of this, what they talking about, is also astrotheology. You see what I'm saying? It's astrotheology. A lot of prophecies is made under certain constellations, in correlation with the earth and the sun. And, there are certain, eons, even that word, eon. You see, eon. And you see the on is in that. That's solar. Okay, because it ain't nothing else you can regulate. Time is created off of the revolution of the earth around the sun. How else it's man-made? So let that be known. How can you even create anything outside of the solar melanin mythos? You can't do it. You see, so that's reality. Let me get this in here. Let me get this in here. Bingo. Ain't nothing outside of that. Okay, where is it at? Where is it at? Let me see. Screenshot. No, not the screenshot. Get down. Okay, I guess it is. There it is right there. Bingo. There you go, right there, boom. So that's so when you talk, the word is Elion. You see, and that's in context with what you get the term alien or alien. You see, Al and El is the same thing. Anybody that know the Hebrew, know the Canaanite, know the Phoenician, the so-called Hebrew, the El, the I, ill, just like you got some people that say Abraham. Then you got some people that say Ibrahim. You spell it with an I, you can spell it with an A, you can spell it with an E. Ibrahim. And you can spell again, Abraham, you can spell it with an A. In the Arabic, they say Ibrahim. They use the I, you can use the E. They spell it all, three different ways. So you can use the vowels interchangeably. So the alien is alien. in the on, which again is reference to the sun. Okay, that's in reference to the sun, O-N or A-N or U-N. Now, I tried to get that one in there. And a matter of fact, I can take a quick, just so y'all can see. Let me go and get that. Because some people, you just got to, you got to go on in, you got to go in their jaw with this truth. You got to go straight in their jaw. And I'm going to show you this shit. You know, let me do this one right here. Okay. Matter of fact, all I have to do is export as a PDF. I'm gonna get this together tomorrow, so I can just bring it right on up on the lecture. You see, stay with me now, cause this one gem will wake your ass up. This one gem, cause a lot of people, you hear motherfuckers talking about Annunaki, they don't know what the fuck they don't mention shit. Only thing they know is some shit about some goddamn Sumeria and some shit like that. They don't know what the fuck that word means. You see, and you can't go off of no damn Sumerian. The Sumerian was an insignificant language. You see what I'm saying? Nobody, and they don't even know where the hell the goddamn language come from. You know, even though it's it's other Kushite, you know what I'm saying? But when you talk about the rest of the languages in the area, you can see they all come out of the ancient Egyptian. You can see the hieratic, you know what I'm saying? When you look at Arabic, do you know cursive? That's the Demotic hieratic script. When you look at calligraphy of the Arabs, you see what I'm saying? That's the Demotic hieratic script. When you look at the Hebrew and which is the Phoenician, the Canaanite, that's the hieratic Demotic script. Okay, so but when you look at the cuneiform, that what language can you connect that to? You know what I'm saying? You can't, because really the most of the shit that they got over there, little clay cookies, the majority of it was insignificant writings. And Walter Williams said it was never goddamn trying to decipher it any goddamn way. So there you go. Let me put this in here. Take it or leave it. You feel me? Now, if you can get Hammurabi in this motherfucker, and like I say, if you can get a primary witness, you can get a primary witness that can verify that you didn't translate it. Other than that, nigga, quit checking your own paper. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna black my shit up. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what it mean in correspondence of what people, language today. I'm gonna black it up. Okay, now let me put this one in here so y'all can see it, because a lot of people not making this connection. Okay, where is that? Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. I blacks my shit up. I think is this it? Right here. Now, I don't know how, I don't know if I could blow it up enough where you could see it. Then I'm gonna come back to this one. But you got to see this. Let it come on up in there. Okay, here it go. Let me see. See, it's gonna be hard to see, but let me see. It's pretty. It's in there on my screen. I can see it pretty good. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it pretty good. Okay. So when you look at the top, we talking about the city of On in the Bible, which is Heliopolis, and you can see Helios, which is the sun, which is actually the Titan. You see, because he ruled before, and matter of fact, his father was even before the Hypertherian. So these was before Apollo. Apollo was the god of the sun. But before Apollo was Helios. Okay, before Apollo was Helios, he was a Titan. And so when you look at the term Helios, you're dealing with the sun. And a lot of people don't even know that hell, Hell, is rooted in the sun. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. Motherfucker looking up under the ground. In actuality, that fucking sun is they hell. Let's deal with the root of the word. I ain't got time to play with nobody. So when you look up there, it says on. It says Egyptian. Now this is out of the biblical encyclopedia. This is where I got it from online, and you can go right on up in there, and you can go behind me and look it up. So you see the Egyptian on, A-N. You see on, A-N-T. What you see? You see Anu, A-N-N-U. Probably pronounced on only. And then you come down and let me see where it says. Let me see where it says on mention with okay. It might even got Heliopolis on there, but that's good right there. The fact that, you know, when I told you that it was also A-N. So on is the sun, Anu. So you talking about these are solar beings, okay? These are solar beings, and they serpentine on top of it with the knock. You see, so when you look at our peoples, especially in the Nile Valley, with the serpent, mounted on the pineal gland, which is looked at as the seat of God. You see, the seat of God, the throne of God. And this is, and so Anu, and then you got the noon, you got the Annunaki. You see, the noon is the primeval abyss. Okay, and so now, what am I talking about when we talk about the Annunaki, which a lot of people is not talking about? When they talk about the second coming of Christ, you see, when we talk about the second coming of Christ, a lot of people got to understand that Christ is the Son. See, y'all got to get out the anthropomorphic bullshit. See, that's to throw motherfuckers off. Because every time you look at any of these deities, I don't give a fuck, when you see that halo behind the head, you see what I'm saying? That's showing you right there that that's solar mythos. But see what they do in ancient Egypt, the sun would be above. You see, it would take preeminence. In these fake ass religions, they push the sun down behind the head. What this does, because we automatically, when we see the All Father, you see that sun, we automatically think divinity. Sun, that's how you know something is divine, when you see that halo. Even in religious schools, that's what they teach you. When you see how you distinguish something holy, like a saint, a prophet, is the halo. If you don't see the halo behind the head, that person is not holy. It's not sanctified. So you see the halo, which is the sun, that's how you know that something is holy, okay? And so that's very significant, but they push the sun down behind the head, and what it does is like magic. What it does, it gives you the illusion that the power of the sun is emanating through the image. It makes it it gives you the illusion that the power of the sun and the image is one and the same. You see, and so people venerate the image, but in reality, in a subliminal, it's the sun in which they really venerate. You see, that's what. Now, if you just saw the motherfucker up there without no sun, you'd be like. And the thing is, they believe they have weaned a lot of motherfuckers off the fucking solar worship. They don't even put the halo behind the head no goddamn more. They just put a peckerwood out there and you niggas be all right with it. They didn't wean you off of solar worship. That's their way of doing it. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to be swift with it. We're talking about the second coming, the Annunaki. This is solar mythos. Because the reality is we're talking about a solar return. And what this is, just like you got an ice age, you got the solar age. You see, today they trying to call it global warming or and things of that nature. They know, just like in the balance of the universe, like if there can be an ice age, there can be a solar age. That's just reality. That's the balance. And they know that this earth is now moving in areas of the cosmos that's bringing it closer to the solar age. You see what I'm saying? And so this is what they talking about when they talking about the return of the dragon. It's the same thing. The dragon is solar mythos. The Annunaki is solar mythos. And again, when you say return of the dragon, when you say Anunnaki, that's what you saying. You saying return, because the knock, again, and I've already given you this. All you had to do is go look it up. That in Thailand, Nak is Naga. They spell it N-A-K. And you can look it up. They got what they call the fire. Nak. It's spelled P-H-A-Y-A. Nak. N-A-K. And that's the dragon. You'll see him in front of the temple, and it'll have like fire going down his back. You see what I'm saying? So that's it. That's in Elohim. That's the same as Elohim. The Anunnaki, all of that is only esoterical language. That is, and in that age, that's of course, that's when we arise to our greatest extent. You see that we can, because we in our age, we in our cosmic habitat. You see what I'm saying? We gonna thrive. Just like you got the sun and you got spring and you got the sun, but then you got it on a cosmic scale too. And we can, and I notice in the Hindu, they have that where they got the yugas, and they got yugas where, you go up and then you come down, and it'll be an age where you are even going to the lowest point, but then you come up out of that, you gonna rise up. So again, when people get to talking, ain't no motherfucker, the people that they talking about coming back, you with me? The people that they talking about coming back is you. The Anunnaki that they talking about, they see up in the sky. Those are, it's like a combination on a lock, a cosmic combination on the lock. You see what I'm saying? So these Anunnakis ain't nothing but icons, cosmic icons that, represent a particular star, a constellation that lets the family know that we're coming closer and closer into that great age, that great solar age. And so when you see, and I'm gonna end with this, so you ain't gonna get it like this no way. You're gonna let them niggas play you. That's why you see that white Jesus on that cross, right? You see him pent up on that cross, right? Yeah, that's the solar cross. Yeah, that ain't just they tell you that's, but see, that's esoterical. That's a solar cross. And that Neanderthal Jesus, Serapis, represents the Neanderthal race. And they know on that second coming, you see, you split that, you can split that sun and take him from behind. You will see that's the true Messiah that's coming back. In every other religion and every other little esoterical organization, under all the veil or all that chitter chatter that they trying to put out there, they know that that's the root of the truth and reality. That's what's going to really happen. You see what I'm saying? So get out of that. And yeah, the motherfucker that coming back is you. You the Anunnaki. You see what I'm saying? That up there is just the cosmic formula that let us know, the time. They say when the handwriting is, it'll light up on the damn wall. It'll start glowing. It'll let you know you coming into your season. So go on and get ready, family. Rise up. You ain't got to wait. You can start working out now. You see what I'm saying? All you have to do is plug in, and you will realize the closer and closer we get to the great age. They call it the golden age. And the Titans in the Greek mythology, they call it the golden age. Yeah. When the Titans ruled, they say it wasn't nothing but You know, everybody was happy. Everybody had everything they needed, the pleasures of life, not the bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? People live without pain. People live without, you know, all the ills of today. That time is coming. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, prepare yourself. You see, prepare yourself. So we saying black alien Anunnaki are headed towards Earth to war with the wicked government. Ain't gonna nothing coming back but you. You see what I'm saying? That's you coming back. That's your Christ consciousness coming back. But this will be an age when the majority of our people are gonna be Christ consciousness. You can have a individual with Christ conscious, but this gonna be an age when the majority, if not all of our people, are gonna connect. That's what they talking about. You see what I'm saying? So get ready. And that don't mean it's gonna be some falling off as we move toward. That don't mean every nigga is gonna weed. As we get closer, it's gonna weed itself out. You see what I'm saying? And the ones left standing will be the primordials with the spark. And we gonna go into this age. And we gonna do what we had done many thousands of years ago, and we gonna rule for millions of more years. And we're gonna put great civilizations down on this planet like we done greater than the ones we done already put down here. You see, but they gonna be here still, and we gonna add on top of it. You feel what I'm saying? Get ready, family. Hey, get on over there, click that link. We just getting started. We're gonna work out, and then we going over there to Patreon. I got work over there already. You see what I'm saying? So go on over there and get it. I'll be right black. Let me see. I didn't even have my comments on. Yeah. Come right black, family. We're gonna continue to drop this science. Did I have something in here? I did, but goddamn, every time I get to talking, I be having little videos, but that shit ain't hitting like what I'm dropping, so it don't make no difference. We'll play it on the next video. Arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.